Well, welcome to a very special edition of One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We're going to be talking to four significant, powerful, influential female leaders in this program. The first up is Michele Siekerka, President and Chief Executive Officer of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Good to see you, Michele.
Great to see you, Steve.
Let's go back. Your team did a forum, and I was honored to be a part of a discussion that I moderated on women in leadership positions. Why the forum, and why were there 400 women there, all of whom are leaders and wanting to learn more?
Yeah, it was a spectacular event, and there's still a calling for it. As far as women have advanced to the C-suite, it's still a slow climb. So let me share with you, recent survey, Fortune 500 companies, 50% more women are in the C-suite this year than last year. However, that's still only 6.4% of the Fortune 500 companies. So this year we're at 32 companies of 500. Last year we were at 21. 50% increase? Yay, that's awesome. Okay, in 1 year, that's awesome. But 6.4%, that means 94% of Fortune 500 companies are run by men.
That
we have to
ceiling's
continue.
pretty clear there, isn't it? The glass ceiling's pretty clear in the C-suite, isn't it?
So, but you know what? We're cracking it. We are. How about women in the boardroom? We're making advances to women in the boardroom as well. So the initiative.
Sorry for interrupting. We're assuming that C-suite, everyone knows what that means. It means?
Yeah, well, the executive suite, the CEO, the COO, the chiefs, the policymakers, the decision makers of any organization. They're in the C-suite and they're in the boardroom. And you need diversity of opinion in the C-suite and in the boardroom.
What happens when you don't get it?
You don't get the same return. Catalyst did a study where they learned that return on investment, companies that are more diverse, 53% better return on investment than those that are less diverse. Diversity of opinion, the idea of having different people influencing a decision is significantly important. And think about where we are today in our society, especially in New Jersey, the most diverse state in the nation. Who are the consumers? Consumers oftentimes are women, regardless of the product or service, right? Who's buying your product, who's watching your TV shows, your commercials, who's making those decisions. And when you have diversity of opinion around a room, you get a better outcome. A fair process yields a fair outcome. And that's what you get when you get diversity.
By the way, speaking of important information, this happens to be from September 2017. This is the edition of New Jersey Business, which is the publication put out by BIA, and it focuses on women business leaders. The forum, it's unlocking the C-suite, a whole range of issues. Check this out. For you, even though we've had many conversations on the air, I've never asked you this, the Reader's Digest version of your path to leadership.
It's interesting. I'm an attorney by trade. I was in private practice for almost 13 years. I then went to corporate America in an executive role. I went through a merger at that time and moved over to general counsel's office. A merger happened, again, causing the organization to have to move further away. I had young kids at the time, couldn't make that move and pick up a almost 80-minute commute one way to work. Came back into my community, ran the Regional Chamber of Commerce in Central New Jersey, went into the Christie administration in 2010. And the reason I went into the administration is because I love policy, I love making a change. As a lawyer, the most important thing to me as an attorney was advocating on a good mission. And that's what I've done my whole life. And I believed that when Chris Christie first went into the administration, he had an agenda that was good for the business community. I love being the business advocate. And now I'm back being the uber business advocate. I mean, I run the biggest organization in the state of New Jersey representing business. NJBIA, we represent over 20,000 companies across the state of New Jersey on business issues. We try to make sure that the climate in the state of New Jersey is conducive to growing your business, to creating jobs, to ensuring that people have quality of life, that they can live, work, and play. Most important, affordability in the state of New Jersey for every individual and business.
By the way, check us out on our other program. It'll be a Caucus Up Close we're going to do with Michele, talking about some of those same issues. But real quick on this, what would you say the number one challenge you have faced as a woman moving up to be a leader in that process? Number one challenge?
Through my process, I have always tried to make myself one of the guys. Honestly, I was the first chair of a board of a club that women never had even been on the board of directors of.
And you were the chair?
And I became the chair. I got on the board and I became the chair. Okay, I was the female chair of Roma Bank before Investors Bank bought Roma Bank. But in those circles, I was, and as a young lawyer, even though there were more women in the profession at the time, When I'd show up on that motion Friday, it was the dark suits and me wearing the dark suit because I wanted to fit in. Today, I'll wear a bright suit. I happen to be wearing a dark suit today, right? But if I'm showing up in a room of men, I'm gonna stand out more than I did coming up. So I always tried to fit in and not be too obvious of sticking out. And I made a lot of great relationships. And I'll tell you, Steve, some of my best mentors in my growth pattern are men. I have women mentors as well. But because I was surrounded by men all the time because of where I was, those men became mentors, and I learned from them.
30 seconds, because, by the way, continue to watch the show. Other great women who happen to be in leadership positions as well. Number one piece of advice for the women watching right now would be?
Women in Washington?
No, women, not in Washington, no.
Sorry.
Women watching, sorry.
No, I
No, we're not
apologize.
doing that Washington thing.
Women
No.
watching.
Yes.
Oh, so passion rules. Be true to yourself. If you love what you do, and if you're passionate about what you do, you inspire everybody as a leader.
No one questions Michele Siekerka's passion. She is the president and chief executive officer of a great organization, it's the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Well done.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Georgian Court University, NJM Insurance Group, MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey, Community Food Bank of New Jersey, the Russell Berry Foundation, the Northward Center, and by Adler Aphasia Center, transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.